brought to you by IBM.
Well, people have fallen in love with smart speakers like Amazon's Echo or Google Home. But this cool technology has also raised privacy and security concerns that could potentially expose personal data or even make you vulnerable. CNET reporter Alfred Ng joins me now from CNET Studios in New York City. Alfred, tell me, what are some things that people should consider about their privacy before purchasing a smart device?
I think when you're purchasing any kind of smart speakers, I think the number one thing you should always consider is how much are you willing to give up? There's a lot of conveniency in there, but you should also consider, do I really want this device knowing where I'm working, how I get to work, where my home is, just for the sake of being able to order the latest device or gadget from using your smart speaker to your work address or knowing what your commute time is going to be like. I think you always have to take into consideration what you're trading for conveniency, and most of the times it's your privacy.
And Alfred, you look at the numbers. This is according to Consumer Intelligence Research Partners. About 20 million homes already have a voice-activated assistant. What type of information is at risk for these people?
Well, it depends. Both the Amazon Echo and the Google Home have different types of information about you. The Google Home, anything that's logged in on your Google account, so your emails, your calendar, how you get to work, where your office is, what you're buying and things like that. That's all stored on the Google Home servers, and now with the smart speakers, your voice is also tied along with that. With Amazon, there's a lot of the same if you link your email accounts or your calendar and things like that, but also your Amazon purchases. So whatever you're buying, if you're trying to buy something for a loved one over Christmas or during the holidays and you don't want them to know about it, this is something that could easily spill the beans for you and ruin your big holiday surprise.
So what would you say when you're looking at privacy? What are the big differences among Amazon Echo, Google Home, and the unreleased HomePod?
So the biggest difference would be that Google and Amazon are collecting your recordings. Amazon deletes them within 6 months, and on Google, you have to go and manually delete it yourself. But the reason why they're collecting it is because they're trying to build their artificial intelligence. They're trying to make the speakers smarter in a way, learning based off what you've said to it and then creating a better experience for users. For Apple, they're using Siri for it, which doesn't store the data or anything like that. So that, to me, is the biggest difference, is that, Amazon and Google are trying to build an experience based off learning from what you say to it, whereas Apple really just wants to create something that works based off of your voice the moment you buy it.
So what are some helpful tips that you would offer for people who want to secure their information if they have any of these devices?
Yeah, some tips that I would offer for Google and Amazon especially, you can go and manually delete these recordings if you don't want this to be stored in their servers for a really long time. For Amazon, my biggest recommendation is to turn off, voice ordering or anything like that, and basically try to disassociate your credit card information with it. Because that's one of the major selling points for the Amazon Echo, is that you can order off Amazon with your voice, but that can also lead to any kind of leaked breaches or anything like that with your credit card information. For Google, you can actually set up dummy accounts. So you do need a Gmail account to use the Google Home, but you don't have to use your own one. So you don't have to use one that's tied to every piece of personal information that you have. If you want to set up an account that's just, your name plus Google Home at gmail.com, you can use that to basically keep your personal information away from your smart speaker that you have at home.
Alfred Ng, thank you so much for joining us, Alfred.
Thanks for having me.
Discover how data and AI can transform your holiday retail strategy.